One of the biggest shows on television in recent years is Breaking Bad. Long story short, it's about a high school chemistry teacher named Walter White who decides to cook methamphetamine to obtain a large amount of money to help his family and to treat his cancer. It is critically acclaimed, and I'm sure some of you have seen it on the AMC network as well as on Netflix. The three platforms I'm going to follow Breaking Bad through are, of course, television, as well as Facebook and Netflix. So, the show originally began airing on television on Sunday nights at 10 p.m. It's clear here that the intended audience was adults because it aired at a later time and on a day where younger kids would have school the following morning. This medium particularly leads to the message being quite strict because of the airtime and day, making it seem as though the show should not be exposed to a younger audience. AMC is also a cable television channel, which made the audience much more concise. As the show began its third season, the previous two seasons were now available on Netflix for streaming in their entirety. It is evident here that the show gained quite a bigger audience, and using Netflix as a streaming platform made it more accessible for a larger audience of viewers as well as a wider age demographic. In turn, Netflix causes the message of the show to be less strict than it was before, and allows Breaking Bad to be accessed at any time and on more devices such as laptops, personal computers, tablets, and even cell phones. It made the show more intimate and comfortable for the audience because there was less stress on making sure they were available and awake to watch the show being aired on Sunday nights. After the third season concluded, Breaking Bad had garnered a massive following and began to integrate itself onto social media, more specifically, Facebook. Facebook was already being used by millions of people, and with such a massive amount of users, it was easy to promote the show through advertisements, along with previews of new episodes to be released. Here, Breaking Bad's message had been so overly promoted that Facebook created the notion that Breaking Bad was the show to watch. It was with Facebook that users could use the show's page to follow up on character profiles, behind-the-scenes footage, and to even buy merchandise relating to the show. Using this social media platform as the medium allowed the audience to discover the ins and outs of the show and to develop a newfound appreciation for how the show is presented. The progressive integration of Breaking Bad from television and Netflix to Facebook allowed the show to thrive through a method of mass communication. The show was able to gain a larger and diverse audience as it moved through these three different mediums. It also provided a form of digital communication through streaming and imagery, which made it more accessible for the viewing public. Regarding the linear model, after all was said and done, the show gained positive feedback from critics and media outlets, making it quite the popular show. In Marshall McLuhan's The Medium is the Message, he claims that television and other mediums create a different kind of awareness, making it subjective. Basically, what this states is what people perceive of the show is what defines its reputation. Breaking Bad touches upon many controversial aspects of society, but the rational thinking of the audience is what determines if it is a bad show or a good show. Overall, the transformation of the show's message turned from quite strict to extremely liberal as it moved across these platforms. People who were less likely to watch the show were more likely to watch it, making it a box office success. Television is still the classic medium for promoting a television show such as this one, but with the internet and online streaming becoming bigger and bigger, there is much more value in promoting a show through Netflix and Facebook. It's not to say that television is obsolete, but we live in the digital era, so accessibility is what people desire.